Hello guys, Dejamu here, and welcome to another video on Horus, Heresy, Legions. Today I will be sharing one of my 10-ticket event runs with the new Sisters of Battle, and expect soon a new Malkarion video. I just don't quite have enough entertaining videos with him yet, so expect that one soon. So let's start. My first game is against Genetia Kroll, the warlord of the Sisters of Battle, Primarch. And I replaced Avenger Fighter because I didn't expect any early vehicles, and 9 and 6 energy is a bit expensive. And I turned out getting the best starting cards. I really love the voice things for the Sisters of Battle. So this is the best outcome because turn 1 I can play Destiny, and turn 2 Executional Blade, and turn 3 I can play either Seeker Cadver or the Silibans, and I'm just set for a very long time. Even though I have Can't Attack, I still do it because it's always, if I play a Seeker Cadver, it's just gonna die and he's gonna get buffed, and if I play Silibans, it really made no sense to play any card besides the blade, the Execution Blade. Now in this turn I have a few more. I really have one option only, which is to put in the Seeker. Right, I didn't want to put in the Seeker Cadre because I was afraid it was going to die. Now looking back on it, Silibans is probably not a good card. I played it more as a stalling card so I wouldn't have to waste my energy. But yeah, probably not a good idea now that I think about it. Now, but I do think that he thought that by removing Silibans he would buff his card. So I got lucky that he made a mistake. Because he thought, oh, if I kill the Silibans I can buff my troop. But no, Silibans returns first, then the battle honor triggers. So I had 5 energy, I spent the 3 and buffed it with my counter attack. And with the 2 other energy I didn't feel like attacking with my low 20 health. So I went to drawing a troop. I also drew a troop because I didn't have any good troops in hand for my next energy turn. So in this turn I play that because I want to remove his Ice Serpents with the combination of this ability and thing, and because I have 2 extra energy and I don't really feel like attacking, I just draw another troop. Now my hand is looking really good. I don't feel like I need to draw any troops in a while. And my board looked pretty good until he played that card, which I think is one of the really good Sisters of Battle cards. Dealing 3 damage to everything and then refilling energy, or 5 even to Psychers. 1000 Suns were already unplayable before, and now they're even more unplayable because they have a hard counter in the Sisters of Battle. So I play my Hound card, put in play 2 3/4 Cyber Jackals. Unfortunately, he stuns them, but it's not the end of the world because I have a lot more cards that I can play. So next turn I have a few options. I can play these guys and then destroy a troop with Final Sacrifice, which I believe I end up doing. Sadly, there's only 2 health yield. Oh, but I did that instead, actually. Now that I think about it, probably would have been better health-wise to do the Final Sacrifice on Ibon Naroda. But good thing I saved the sacrifice, because now I can remove that without any, well, not any, but without most consequences. Because now I can remove, oh, well I went for a bit of a longer route there, man. Looking back at these games, you can really see how you can improve your games. I guess like most people, you just think too much or think too short, but you just don't think enough when making your moves. I don't do the math. Sometimes I just get lazy and do what looks right, but sometimes it isn't correct. Now I think any other combination of cards there would have probably been better, because I don't know if sacrificing 8 energy for a 4 energy card and a 1 energy card is worth it. Here's my mistake. I could have won here, I believe. Could I? Yeah, with Oath of Silence and Artillery Strike, I could have had 11 damage. But in my brainless state, I thought that killing my opponent with my troop would trigger my Battle Honor. But I then remembered that Battle Honor only triggers when I survive. But luckily, I still won because my opponent couldn't do anything about it. So that was my first victory in the bag. My second game was against in my opinion, the weakest warlord of the Sisters of Battle, and one that doesn't really fit their style.
We are not the engineers of the Imperium's change.
Yet we can affect its future.
Because drawing cards, I don't know, doesn't really feel like
I dreaded a hostile reception.
Doesn't feel like their style. I really like Amandra Kendall's ability, Greater Destiny, and I really, really like the Primarch's ability. But I don't know about this warlord. This warlord gives me like, I don't know, Horus, Abaddon vibes. It's like, great troop, but not great warlord, but just there, a warlord that doesn't do anything and is, I don't like her. So I start out by removing his troop. He thought he was smart and all by buffing his troop and stunning me, but I do have a rally, deal 1 damage to all troops. So I play a Knight Centuria. My idea behind being maybe I can play Oath of Silence plus ability if I really remove something big, or next turn play another Knight Centuria, or I can play my militaries behind the front line coverage of Knight Centuria. Unfortunately, he, I don't know what he was thinking there. Oh right, yeah, because he thought one of them would survive, but I pulled my Greater Destiny card again, so they didn't survive. This is also one of my favorite cards of the Sisters of Silence. However, I think he played at the wrong time, because what is this going to do right now? If he had no other cards, yes, understandable, but I don't know what he was thinking. And I don't know what I was thinking either. I thought, oh, I can kill him with the ability, of course, and then put Seal Bands in play and give myself +1. And I completely forgot that his ability costs energy, so I lost a troop there. And I don't know what he was thinking, putting that in play, because now he can just return it to his hand and force him to spend another 6 energy. So we both made dumb plays. In the end, worked out in my favor because he spent 16 energy as opposed to 8, and I only lost a 4 energy troop. That's why I think this might be one of the greatest worlds ever, because if you get a lot of card draw in there, yes, you might end up drawing out your deck, but you will have a mega warlord with, I don't know, 5-6 attack. If you take Apotheosis, maybe 6 or 7. I don't know why he did that. That was an interesting play on his end. Maybe because he had 2 energy and didn't know what to do with it. So I just play another Knight Centuria and then play my Belitaris as well and just attack him, because dealing damage is always great, and I think he resigns here. Because what can he do, really, realistically? He can play that card where that deletes all my troops for 8 energy, but he doesn't have it. He just puts in place some troops that aren't front line, gives himself an additional attack on his turn, can't even take out one of my troops, and it's over. I think he resigns now. No, he doesn't resign. So I flex a bit, give myself a bunch of bonus attack. Never mind, I thought I was going to give myself a bunch of bonus attack, and then it ended up not happening, because that troop jams. Yes. So, another great reason why Sisters of Battle are so amazing, because they have a lot of jam options, which is really only found otherwise in the neutral factions, like the Mechanicum and Imperium. My next game is also very interesting. I thought that Witch Seeker was a bit expensive, Vendor Fighter, same reason. vehicles are going to play. Militari is great, 4 energy turn card, and Secretary Matriarch is actually a very good opening card for Sisters of Sounds. So here in this mirror matchup, first turn actually makes a significant difference because we can really exploit each other's 1 attack damage. Unfortunately, I don't get the chance to. So I do a bit of a gamble, and I play... Oh no, I play Greater Destiny. I was worried about another gamble. I was wondering if I was going to play... I actually took that a lot of time on that turn because I was wondering if I should play my Secutari card, or if I should play Greater Destiny. In the end, I decided on Greater Destiny because it would help me out more in the long term, and I would have a higher chance of pulling it out of my deck as the second time in the near future. So now I play... Oh no, I don't. Never mind. I was gonna play Secretary. Oh no, I played it still. Never mind. Man. Right, I did that because I wanted to give it +1/+1, so that he'd have to commit everything into it, and it would still not die. But he chooses not to commit everything into it. He chooses to do that, so that his thing survives, his Novice Sister survives. But I just remove everything. I believe I maybe sacrifice my Secretary after. Yeah, I do, into the Warlord, because why would I do it into a 1 damage thing that's just gonna deal 1 additional damage in the first place? Which he doesn't even use because he goes for a card draw. And he gets lucky. So he's able to stun me, get another turn with the Novice Sister, and deal it 1 additional damage to him. So I think that was his best way to respond to my, not mistake, but my choice. Now I think it was his mistake that he didn't try to kill this as early as he did. Because now I get a lot of sisters, and I do happen to have Final Sacrifice. Now this is where my bit of my gamble came in. I was okay, I need to kill the organs, and I killed them. Although I did have my my Knight Centuria just in case they didn't die, but he drew 3. All 3 of his cards that he drew were Sisters of Silence, so he healed a significant amount. And there's my Greater Destiny, and I just put in more things because I can. So I went for bonus attack, I went for Greater Destiny for more attacks. Oh no, I didn't, never mind. I thought I went for Greater Destiny. I just tried to do as much damage as I could. Although, arguably, would it be better to play Greater Destiny as opposed to playing my Executioner Blade? Because it would have gained additional health. My attack would have been permanent, and in addition to that, I would have spent all my energy. So a mistake on my end. But now I can play Greater Destiny and Militaries, and just sacrifice all of my Novice Sisters into this big guy to take him out. And then just create 2 new Novice Sisters, because I have that ability. I was considering attacking him for 4, but I think putting these 2 Novice Sisters in is definitely the better choice. I also felt confident with the Cull in my hand, because then I could deal 6 damage to a true, maybe more. So I was very confident this round. Even though I had 4 less health, I had a significantly better hand. Sadly though, he removes my troop and stuns my military squad. But for this exact situation, I have the Cull ready, because now I can just sacrifice my Novice Sister into there, play the Cull, and then, I don't know, play the Witch Seekers because I killed 2 troops and regained 2 energy. Go from 3 to 5, and I can play the Witch Seekers, exactly. And attack him for 4. And I'm up 2. I went from being down 4 to up 2. And having 2 troops that he doesn't. Although here I got a bit scared after played the Apotheosis, because now I'm -1 before. I definitely thought he'd attack me. So I played deal 1 damage, then I killed them with the Witch Seekers with their ability, destroy friendly troop and deal 5 damage to enemy warlords. And I tried dragging Avenger Fighter onto the Warlord, and then I read it and realized that you can't deal damage to the Warlord. It has to be a troop. So, he actually, surprisingly, made it a draw. This threw me off. I was so surprised. Like, what? I thought I had this. I really thought, and it was a draw. Which I don't mind, of course, but wow. Well played on his end. My next game is against the Primarch again, of the Sisters of Silence. And I started out with 3 really good opening cards, but because they're all 4 energy, I decided to replace some of them. I probably should have replaced just one of them, but I went for replacing 2 of them because I really, really like this card, especially with the Sisters of Silence.
We are seekers, and shall find our prey. We are warriors, and woe to those we oppose.
Man, I really like those speech lines. So, I got lucky and got first turn this round. So I was able... Oh... Right. My opponent instantly resigned this game. Happens sometimes in events. You have people who are like on the brink of loss and they just don't want to do anything, so they just quit. So yeah, that was my my 5th game. Sorry, my previous game was my 4th game. Now comes my 5th game. It's a mirror matchup, and I don't like my hand. Silver Osprey was actually not probably better to keep, but I just replaced it all. And got a really good
I will do my part
reroll.
in the war to end all wars. It is both my duty and my desire.
And it's just my luck that I don't get first turn. Especially in a mirror matchup, it's really bad because, you know, taking advantage of that 1 damage. But it's all good because I was able to play it and be relatively similar because now I only have 1 health less. Now he plays Execution Blade thinking, haha, I've got him now. But I just throw my Execution Blade right back at him. And the health difference is back to 1 again. Now I believe he plays Veritine Armor, right? Yes. And I thought, oh my, this is perfect. This is so funny, I could play Veritine Armor and then we're fancy, we're like twins. But then I thought, it makes less strategic sense to play Veritine Armor, even though I don't use my full energy. I believe it was a better choice to play the Sekutari here, because if he plays a troop, next turn I can play Veritine Armor and guarantee kill it, but he's able to kill it, so my plan didn't go as I thought it out. He ends up maintaining the health difference and having a troop in play. So probably not the best play, but I thought I could make it work. So I end up going for the same play, just instead I attack a 4 health troop. I heal my 2, but sadly the health difference is now down to 3. So, and he plays the Cull, which I find very interesting. Maybe he didn't have anything else. I still don't think that I would have played the Cull in his situation, even though I didn't have anything else to play. Now I think it's a great turn for, I thought it was a great turn for Ibon Naroda, but then I pulled through Destiny. It's like, it's my destiny to play this card. And I went for the attack, because pulling the thing would have used all my energy, but I have 4 attack, he has 2. I can take full advantage of everything. Now it gives me can't attack, which I think is very unfortunate, but our health difference is back down to B2. And now I pull the, what do they call, the Mistress. So now it's the perfect time to just play the Mistress and then play Artillery Strike. Maybe he'll deal 3 damage to me, maybe he'll attack me in Suicide. I don't really mind. I just think that next turn I can deal 7 damage with these 2 combined, so if he attacks me, he's forked. But he does some bad stuff, and yeah, unfortunate for me. Very unfortunate for me. Then I tried, at this point, I was looking for a way, how can I win this? Can I play the Ice Serpents, give them kind of attack? Can I play the White Tigers? In the end, I decided my best option was to play these guys and hope that I get a 6-point heal. I only got a 4-point heal. And now, because I only got the 4-point heal as opposed to 6-point heal, we're on the same health. Tie's easy, but he's able to get a sneak attack with his Raven's Claw and win this one. So a very close one, but mirror matchups seem to not be doing me well. So with 4 wins and 1 tie, I move on to my 6th game. I replaced White Tigers and Silver Osprey. Really, I should be keeping the Silver Osprey for opening turns, but I just don't like 4 energy cards in my opening hand. So I started out with 2 Prosecuting Mistresses and an Artillery Strike. Now I think this is also probably on the worst side of Corrupted. Corrupted Gulliver is probably the worst, one of the worst warlords in this event. Yes, you can get lucky and just have a bunch of 4/6 demons, but it's not going to happen that often. I definitely think he should have turned that into a demon. Having a 4/6 this early in the game would have been a huge advantage. But he goes for the attack, and I kill his Nurgling. I know he can put it back in play, but I'd rather take a damage than take 4 damage. So he plays Black Grenade, which is unfortunate because I take additional 2 damage, so I'm 2 damage behind him. But in my head, I've already won this game because just by looking at the situation, I feel like it's over for him. He replays his Nurgling. I do the exact same play, playing the. Oh no, I don't. I was gonna play the exact same play, but I end up going with the Rally deal 2 damage because a 4/3 is better than a 2/4. Although I am running a bit short on cards the next turn, I was thinking, okay, I can play Prosecutor Mistress and then draw a troop. But he ends up creating his little funny board thing with some riders and a toad, Plague Toad. That's the bad part about his ability. You can end up turning an amazing troop into just a Plague Toad. So don't play Corrupted Grugor, kids. So he plays First Wave, which I think is a huge pain because I can't really do anything about it. I'm way ahead of him in health, but he's stalled for a few turns. I can phrase it like that. He's stalled because it's gonna take me a while to get through these 3. These 3 Meldon squads. And he plays the Endurance, so wipes my board. I believe I looked away this turn, so I didn't see what happened, and I just thought, why is everything on his end still alive, and why is everything on my end dead? So, yeah. Unfortunate. But, and unfortunate as well, because I cannot play anything this turn. So I just try to do as much as I can with what I have in my hand, and I'm down to 2 cards. So he successfully stalled for a few turns and brought the health difference down to 1. Which is about to change because he's about to kill off some of his own troops and heal with the amazing power of one of the best legendary cards in the game, Captain Ujioj. And I think that was a waste, that card right there, the fully healed, because those things are better spent on bigger, stronger things. The reason I wasn't too worried about my 2 cards in my hand was that because he also only had 2 cards in his hand. Now I think this was an amazing card to have in hand, but I saw the better opportunity here because I could remove Captain Ujioj and one of the Meldon squads and still have a pretty powerful card on the table. Now he transforms, but because he transformed, he doesn't get in attack. Now I don't know if he thought that it would stun him because he thought it was a vehicle, but these are not vehicles, these are infantry, in fact. Most Sisters of Silence stuff is infantry, not Astartes. I go for the Rally 2 on him because I feel like Swarm Flies isn't that bad. Although now I think about it, I probably should have gone for the Swarm Flies. But it doesn't matter. Because he plays his Omega Powerful card, I can just remove it with Final Sacrifice. And I can play Frozen Heart, so at this point I won the game, I have to say, because I deal another 7 damage to him. I have 2 relatively powerful troops on the board, and I have a 7 health advantage. And he resigns. So that brings me up to 5 wins and 1 loss and 1 draw. Or 4 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. That's right, 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. My next game is once again against the Primarch of the Sisters of Silence. She seems like a very popular choice because I must agree she's one of the better options. Although I believe if you know what you're doing that my warlord that I'm playing is a significantly better option. So I actually like my opening hand because for once I keep my Silver Osprey because turn 1, Great Destiny, turn 2, Cyber Jackals, turn 3, Silver Osprey, turn 4, Lady's Grace. I have my turn set. So turn 1 I play my card and I don't attack him because I feel like with our huge health difference currently, I'd rather not deal damage to myself. And our health gap only increases. I find that playing the Prosecutor, Prosecutor Mistress, just because energy is, playing a 3 energy card is better than playing a 2 energy card. Unfortunately, he removes it and buffs his thing, and this puts me at a massive disadvantage already. Although I can take care of this card by dealing 2 damage and then face bashing it, although I do 6 damage to myself, which is bad. Very bad. And I give him +1/+1. I thought, okay, I've just turned the situation around on him. I'm in a better situation. But then he does the exact same thing again. And now I'm back in this situation. And I thought, okay, I can play the Lady's Grace. Although now that I think about it, maybe playing Oath of Silence, Face Bashing, and then Cyber Jackals. But yeah, I really saw no way out of this. So I resigned. You may think this is a bad resign, but really, if you look to the situation, I would not have won that in any way, shape, or form. Now with 1 draw, 2 losses, and 4 wins, I move on. And I keep Silver Osprey because it's not a bad card to keep, and I pull some pretty good cards.
And shall find our prey.
And lucky for me,
and woe to those we oppose.
I start, so I can get my 2 attack before he attacks me, which is great. And he still chooses to attack me, and doesn't play a 2 energy card, which is important because I get a free turn, pretty much. And I draw a card because I don't feel like attacking him, and I have 2 energy left, so why not? And he mirrors my play, which I believe is probably not the best option. He attacks me, baiting me into putting an attack there and attacking it, but I actually choose to smart play and put both of them into him, so that he can't battle honor me at any point in time. Then he goes to the Veritine Armor, which I think is everything is built around this main warlord here. Although this warlord also has great options. The only thing that I don't like about the Sisters of Battle is the other warlord, the 3rd warlord, the Veronica, whatever. Really don't like that warlord. Now I go for the face bash because the faster I can bring her down in this situation, the better it is for me. Also, questionable play on his end here, because now I can remove that troop. by doing that and using my ability. And then still play Silver Osprey. And just destroy him. Because now I'm in a better situation than I was last round. And he's in a worse situation. He goes for the heal, gets 2. And goes for a pretty challenging face bash. I don't quite remember what I do. I think I play Ebon Naroda here. Oh no, I played the Pursuer Beast. Because I was thinking maybe, I think one of my options was I face bash with both of them, and I play Ebon Naroda and hope for the heal on my Silver Osprey again. But I think I do that next turn, where I get everyone down to 2. But he does a smart play here. Takes out my Silver Osprey, buffs the Vorax, and takes out both of my Cyber Jackals. So I think it's one of the better plays on his end. Now I believe I spend an Oath of Silence to get rid of them because these boys are really annoying. No, I don't. I just spend an Artillery Strike because I feel like Oath of Silence is better than Artillery Strike. And I still feel that way because Oath of Silence is +3, so you can concentrate much better as opposed to just +2 damage, what the Artillery Strike technically is. He goes for the Jam, which I guess is good because he can safely play a troop, but he doesn't end up playing a troop, so I don't know why he did that. Oh, he does end up playing a troop, but yeah, I was confused his play because he didn't play the troop first. So it's unfortunate here, the situation. I choose the Seeker Cadre to hope to jam it, but I end up playing the 5 attack because I'm hoping that after he does all his card drawing BS, that he goes to the bait, attacks me. I can then play Cadre Tactics, kill that thing, play Ebon Naroda, play the Seeker Cadre, and then I'm in a better situation because of a lot more health and more troops on the board and more everything. But I end up drawing the Veritine Armor, so now I can play the Cadre Tactics, Seeker, Cadre, and still be ahead in troops, be ahead in attack, and have a better health advantage than what I was planning to have. And I disagree with his choice there, but okay, we all have our own unique playstyle. His just is worse than mine. I think he definitely should have just played the vehicle draw and just gone for it. Just played the vehicle immediately. Because by doing this, he puts himself in a worse situation. Because I can just play the Excretarius and play that. And he has nothing, because he doesn't have any front line. He has a vehicle that he can maybe play, but depending on how lucky he got, it depends on the vehicle. Oh right, he plays Malkador Observer. You never see that. And look, 10 damage. 10 damage from a Malkador Observer. That's not something you see every day. And he has the double Battle Honor Heal too. So now I'm getting worried. Now I really need to be careful with what I play. And of course, I play a bunch of troops immediately because that's what you should do when you know that your opponent can exploit your troops. Although anything with 3 attack and higher isn't that bad because he just net heals nothing with 4 and net heals 1 with 3. Unless he does that, then he net heals 4. So now I was really worried. And now I was debating, do I kill that thing with Avenger Fighter or combo Ebon thing? Or do I immediately go for sneaky Charon Acquisitioner? The only reason a Charon Acquisitioner would be bad is in the case if he has the destroyed troops, because then I'm just screwed. But he had already played his first one, and depending if he got lucky on his draws, he may have not gotten a second one. And at this point I got really worried because now he has 4 attack, Battle Honor Heal 4, Battle Honor Buff a troop, and has more health in him. But I draw the White Tigers, reduce their cost, have a reduced cost Ladies Grace, so I can just play my entire hand at this point, and I win. because I just win. Because math. 10 plus 4 is 14. Brings me down to 6 health, with me having a 7 health bonus. And there's no way he can root my entire hand unless he played the card that destroys all troops. Which he didn't. So, that's, brings me up to 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And I always get really nervous whenever I get to 2 losses, because that 1 loss, it could be it. Could be the thing that tips me over the edge. My next game is once again a game against the Primarch of the Sisters of Silence. And I was once again pretty happy with my opening hand. Sadly, going second again though.
We are seekers, and shall find our prey. We are warriors, and woe to those we oppose.
So he starts out with a simple abandoned supplies. Card is such a versatile card, fits into everything. So Greater Destiny and Executioner Blade, which is a great turn 1, turn 2 combo. Then turn 3 I go for Novice Sister and Prosecutor Mistress, or Cyber Jackals, or just Syllabands and Prosecutor Mistress, and sorry, not Prosecutor, Novice Sister. I have so many options with this beautiful opening hand. The only bad card drawn here is Frozen Heart, because it's going to take a while until I can play that card. But he gets a perfect turn 4 card. Not much I can do about it, besides almost get rid of it by playing Prosecutor Mistress and Novices. No, I mean, one way to bring down to 1 health. But I end up going for Syllabands, buffed Syllabands, because then he can't remove it with a single external attack. He has to go for the Face Bash, taking 4 damage to his Warlord, and returning his troop to his hand. So I'm back in the lead here, because I have 1 additional attack, and I mean I'm behind 3 health, but now I'm behind 2 health, and I have a lot more troops on the board, so I consider this a winning position. He goes for the Face Bash. I don't really agree with that choice either, but once again, everyone makes their own decisions. Now I can deal 1 damage to all, suicide my Novice into there, and kill it with the Velataris, and then just play Cyber Jackals because I can, and bring him down to a 1 health disadvantage. Next turn I have Artillery Strike if I really want to, and then the next turn after that I can play Frozen Heart. And he goes for the complete kill on Veritari Squad. So now I can, if I want, play Oath of Silence and deal a lot of damage to the opposing Warlord, which I believe I do. I play Artillery Strike and Oath of Silence, yeah. Anyway, look at it, that's the best play in this case. Alright, I give an additional attack to him as well. Suicide him into there, and then just get myself a winning position. Because the next turn I can play Oath of Silence, and if it doesn't end up getting the kill, I can go for Frozen Heart, but he just does that, and yeah, I've won. This was more of an easy, chill win. Didn't have too much stress going into it. So yeah, that was my 6th win. 6 win, 2 losses, 1 draw. That was my first draw. Previous game of my draw. It's my first draw ever in an event. Alright. Next game was against Lord of the Flies. I once again thought easy win, because what's he gonna do to me? A leech 1 health. I like this opening. I'm now getting used to keeping my 4 energy cards, because I did end up having a lot of them in my deck.
I will do my part in the war to end all wars.
I mean, I would say lucky me, turn 1, but he has low initiative while I have high, so no competition there really. And I go for the attack because I need to kill him before he puts in some greater demons. Otherwise, that's the only situation I see myself losing in. Puts me in a bit of an awkward situation because I have to go for the face bash on him unless I want to spend my Avenger fighter, which I don't want to do. So I do have this awkward situation where I lose 2 health for no reason at all. And then he plays that as well. Luckily, though, I have my routine armor, so I can take out his bloodthirsty troop without losing too much health. Even though I'm down 5 health, I would still consider this a winning position just because his warlord is so weak and his card pool is so minimal. And now I can just play Silver Osprey, face bash, healing back my lost health. See, all these games that I'm winning, you can see that I'm winning them even though I'm not spending all my energy every turn. It's because Sisters of Silence are more of a face bashy faction, like the World Eaters, as opposed to something where you have to spend every energy as efficiently as possible. I just think Sisters of Silence takes the best of all the factions and puts it into one faction. You have high damage, you have buffing troops with their thing. So I go for drawing a card because I have nothing really for my 7 energy turn, and then I happen to get lucky and pull my 7/7 troop. I mean, the remove stealth and precognition is an added bonus, but I just think this troop is great because it's just a 7/7/7. So I go for the face attack on both of them, and as you can see, I just have better cards. Sisters of Silence cards, just all faction cards. I would argue even the Death Guard faction cards are better than Chaos faction cards. Goes for the leech, doesn't really matter. I can still attack him for 7. And in addition to that, I can also rally, deal 2 damage, and then rally, deal an additional damage if I want, but I think I'd rather play the Seeker Cadre, right? No, I'd rather draw another card. Because why not? I'm so far ahead, so I can get cocky. Can I not? I have permission to get cocky. He pulls the card, gives me my Executioner Blade. Thank you very much. Attempts to stall with human shields, leeches, and kills my 7/7/7, which I don't mind because I still have an easy win here with Avenger Fighter and Executioner Blade. But I end up going for more of a stylish win with buffing all my troops to oblivion and just taking him out with a lot of damage. So, now I'm at 7 wins. 2 losses and 1 draw. And here it is, my last win. This game, I
They're
really...
not the engineers of the Imperium's change.
Yet we can affect its future.
I mean, I don't really mind if I spoil it. It's a win because look at this way. It's just I really have seen no potential
I dreaded a hostile reception.
for this warlord. It has Horus's ability, and the only reason we see Horus be successful is because he has 40 health. He has a pretty good reckoning, and he's a pretty good card pool for his faction. This warlord is bad compared to the others. I really see no potential for Veronica Sulat. So this is my last and 8th win. The game after this I lose. Unfortunate, but not much I can do about it. But I guess I'll commentate this game anyways. Bit of a drag though, because all I do is play troops, take out the troops that he plays, There are many good plays here. I could play Veritine Armor and deal 3 damage there. I could play Silver Osprey and deal the 3 damage. Don't remember what I do. I go for the Silver Osprey because having more troops on the board is better than having no troops on the board. And in this case, I can also Face Bash the Warlord. The next one, I can just attack him with everything, and then use Ebon Naroda to heal. It's just a very easy faction to play in general, the Sisters of Silence. They're just a point-kill army. Although, unfortunately, I didn't draw a single Sisters of Silence card with Ebon Naroda, as you will see. So, I didn't heal anything, which threw me a bit off guard. Not like I was going to lose or anything, but I just thought to myself, wow, that sucks. And he jams that, which I find funny. Now in this case, I could have killed his truck, but I choose to go for the aggressive strategy, believing that I can kill him next turn without any problems. Even if he puts in play a single frontline troop, I have Avenger Fighter, Execution Blade, Final Sacrifice even. I really have so many options. And he actually should have killed me with their las rifle section, but he decides to... He just chooses death, because Avenger Fighter plus these 2. So, probably not the most entertaining game. Yeah. But it's a game, and that was my last win. As you would assume, my loss would be against the Warlord. All 3 of my losses were either against, 2 of them were against the Primarch, and 1 of them was a mirror matchup. Both my mirror matchups were the worst, because 1 mirror matchup I lost, 1 mirror matchup I tied. So just be careful with this Warlord and mirror matchup, and I will actually go immediately right now to the store and purchase a Mandara Kendall, because I just love this card, even though I have a high chance of drawing her because she's a common. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this event run through. Maybe it helped you choose which cards you're going to take for your event run through, or which Warlord. I really don't believe that the Primarch is the only good option. So, hope you enjoyed and good luck.